Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Jaya Shri Caitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jai Dvaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Jaya Shri Caitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jai Dvaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Omatyanadimirandasya Janajana Chakshilmidamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakata Mahyantadambi Swapatambikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Udamada Kamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanitam Tam Sajivam Satvaitam Savadurvam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishada Vinamsha Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanda Radha Kandana Mosure Taptaka Andana Gaurangi Shri Radhi Vrindavaneshwari Shabana Sude Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpadaru Vaisha Kipasindhu Devaja Pitana Pamanevyo Vaishnavedya Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhudaresh Vedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Vishesha Shunyavadi Paschatyadesh Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Vrindavanara Shri Vasanita Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna. Okay, so now what happened? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became a little unconscious because he was in separation from Krishna. Radharani in separation from Krishna. And then Swarup Damodar Goswami, everyone started chanting. And then the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got up, right? Swarup Damodar Goswami and others began to chant the holy name of Krishna very loudly to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's ear, and he got up. After they had chanted in this way for a long time, if any sound disturbance, please let me know in the chat, okay? After they had chanted in this way for a long time, the holy name of Krishna entered the heart of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he suddenly rose with a loud shout of Hari Bol. As soon as the Lord returned to the external consciousness, all his joints contracted and his entire body returned to normal. This is the form of Kurma Chaitanya, in the sense his hands and legs are not like Jagannath. No? It just goes inside. That's because of ecstasy. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami had described these pastimes elaborately in his book Gauranga Stava Kalpa Vriksha. In the house of Kashi Mishra, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would sometimes be greatly aggrieved, feeling separation from Krishna. The joints of his transcendental body would slacken and his arms and legs would become elongate. Rolling on the ground, the Lord would cry in the distress in a flattering voice and weeping very sorrowful. The appearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu awakening in my heart madness in so rolling on the ground. Once Prabhupada was giving lecture and one devotee, somebody, they just came. All the foreigners were there. Foreign devotees were all sitting and listening to Prabhupada. And then suddenly another person came and he started rolling on the ground. Like as if he's in ecstasy hearing Krishna, about Krishna Katha. Then all the devotees were like, oh, he's in ecstasy. Rolling on the ground is an ecstatic symptom. He's rolling, crying, and so much. Prabhupada didn't bother. Prabhupada was just busy giving lecture. Prabhupada just ignored completely. And after that, after some 10-15 minutes, that person came to know that Prabhupada is not bothering, got up and went. So this is not ecstasy. There some people make a show out of it. That's not the real thing. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very much astonished to find himself in front of Simhadwara. He asked Swarup Damodar Goswami, where am I? What am I doing here? Swarup Damodar said, my dear Lord, please get up. Let us go to your place. There I shall tell you everything that has happened. So all the devotees supporting Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took him back to his residence. Then they all described to him what had happened. Hearing the description of this condition while he had lain near the Simhadwara, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very much astonished. He said, I do not remember any of these things. Because he was doing in ecstasy, he was in completely different realm at that time. All I can remember is that I saw my Krishna, but not only for an instant. He appeared before me and then like a light immediately disappeared. So Krishna came and disappeared. So he's like, I saw Krishna, but then he came and just went. Just then everyone heard the bowing of blowing of the conch shell at the Jagannath temple. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately took his bath and went to see Lord Jagannath. Thus, I have described the uncommon transformation of the body of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, what are the transformations we saw? Does anyone remember? What are the different transformations we saw? The ecstasy or the Ashtasatvika Vihar. What are they? Huh? Here the voice will be choking.
Crying, Mataji.
Crying.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's body used to become elongated and
yeah, elongated.
yes,
Hairs will be standing on
Hair
end.
standing on end.
Yeah. Yeah, hair.
and sometimes it used to become like a ball and roll.
Yeah, he was rolling on the ground, sometimes trembling, the whole body will be trembling, and they'll be sweating, perspiring, there'll be heavy breathing, and sometimes palpitation. All these are ecstatic symptoms. Sometimes the hair stand on end, there'll be blood coming from that hair. Tears, yes, tears will be in ecstatic symptoms. So the body color also might change sometimes. So once it happened, no, said you all went to Imli Tal in Vrindavan when you all went. So when you do parikrama of Vrindavan near Yamuna, there's a place called Imli Tal where there's a tamarind tree under which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to sit. So that was the tree when Kṛṣṇa sat in separation of Radharani and he became golden color, the Kṛṣṇa. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came in form, that is Radharani form, mode of Radharani, that is when Kṛṣṇa came, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's golden form became blackish at that place. So that's again a transformation. No one has witnessed such bodily changes elsewhere. No one has nor has anyone read of them in the revealed scriptures. Yet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Sannyasi, exhibited these ecstatic symptoms. These are all the ecstatic symptoms. These ecstasies are not described in the Shastra. They are inconceivable to common men. They can't understand this. Then what is happening here? Tears are coming and rolling on the ground. They can't understand, but devotees can understand. Therefore, people in general do not believe in them. Raghunath Goswami lived continuously with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I am simply recording whatever I have heard from him. Although common men do not believe in these pastimes, I believe in them totally. So this is what we should have. So much faith in the pastime, okay, should be there. One day, while Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was going to sea to bathe, he suddenly saw a sand dune named Chataka Parvata. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mistook the sand dune for Govardhan Hill and ran towards it. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thought that's Govardhan. Lord Sri Chaitanya said, of all the devotees, this Govardhan Hill is the best. Oh my friends, this hill supplies Kṛṣṇa and Balram as well as the calves, the cows, the cowherd friends with all kind of necessities, water for drinking, very soft grass, caves, fruits, flowers, and vegetables. In this way, the hill offers respect to the Lord. Being touched by the lotus feet of Kṛṣṇa and Balram, Govardhan appears very jubilant. So it was touched by the lotus feet. Also, Kṛṣṇa lifted Govardhan, was touched by Kṛṣṇa, right? And Kṛṣṇa used to play in Govardhan. It is said, Vaikuntha, better than Vaikuntha is Mathura because Kṛṣṇa was appeared in Mathura. Better than Mathura is Vrindavan because Kṛṣṇa did his pastimes there. And better than Vrindavan is Govardhan because Kṛṣṇa used to play with his boyfriends there. And better than Govardhan is, what is about Govardhan?
Radhakund.
Very good, Radhakund. Yeah, so Radhakund is why? Because it's an embodiment of love. That is where the intimate pastimes of Radha and Kṛṣṇa used to happen. Right? It's not different from Radharani. Yasya Radha Priyam Vishnu Kasya Kundam Priyam Tata. How the Lord likes Radha, same way he likes Radhakund. So there's no difference. Okay. So yes. So that's the specialty. This sloka is from Bhagavatam. Hantayam Adrir Apala Haridasa Varyo. So Hari Dasa Varyo. This is a term used for Govardhan. Hari Dasa Varyo means best among servants of the Lord. So Govardhan is the servant of the Lord. Govardhan is also Kṛṣṇa. Both. He is both servant as well as Kṛṣṇa. Yat Rama Kṛṣṇa Charana Sparsha Pramoda. The Rama's and Kṛṣṇa's Charan Sparsha has happened. Manam Tanodi Sahago Ganayostayor Yat Paniya Surya Vasakandara Kandamule. From 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. It was spoken by the gopis when Lord Kṛṣṇa and Balram entered the forest in autumn. The gopis spoke among themselves, glorified Kṛṣṇa and Balram for this pastime. See, so that's the Govardhan glories of the Govardhan hill. So it is said the caves in Govardhan where Krishna and Balram and the friends play hide and seek. What's the specialty of the cave? In summer, the cave used to be cool, and in winter, it used to be warm. So that's the specialty of that cave. And Krishna, all the cowherd boys and the cows we used to graze there so much. That's when Indra Puja was happening, Krishna stopped it and told to go worship Govardhan. Reciting this verse, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ran towards the sand dune as fast as the wind, and Govinda ran after him, but he could not approach him. Why? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also do one thing. When he sees some river, he'll jump. He thinks it's Yamuna, and he'll jump into it and become unconscious. And even some fishermen also caught him once. He sees some black tamal tree, he thinks it's at Krishna, and he goes and hugs that tree. Similarly, so he saw some sand dune and he thought, let's go over there. So seeing the sand dune, he was thinking that is Govardhan. So that is the ecstasy in which Radharani is in. Because when Radharani was in separation from Krishna, what happened? Radharani was in separation from Krishna. Radharani used to do the same thing. She wanted to suicide from the Govardhan. Then what happened? She went to the Govardhan. The Govardhan became very small. Then she went to Yamuna. She wanted to jump into Yamuna and suicide, but Yamuna dried up. So the same thing. Whatever Radharani experienced, Krishna is like, how is Radharani experiencing all this? I want to experience. So when he came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is also experiencing that separation. When Krishna was in separation from the gopis and Radharani, what all they felt, Krishna wanted to taste that. So Krishna came in that form. Just imagine there's a sugar candy on the floor, and the ants come to eat it, the black ant. So the big ant comes to eat it. So the sugar candy is thinking, am I so sweet that wherever I am kept, the ants keep coming from nowhere. Now you all experienced at home, something falls on the ground, so many ants. Like, from where are they coming? So much. Who's telling them that that's a sugar candy? It's Paramatma inspiring them. But then the sugar candy is thinking, if sugar candy is living, it will think, how am I so sweet? But how will I taste my sweet? I can't taste myself. Let me take the position of that ant and then start tasting my own sweetness. That's why Krishna came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to taste the sweetness. Now Krishna is experiencing that same separation which Radharani felt. First, one devotee shouted loudly, and then a tumultuous uproar arose as all the devotees stood up and began to run after the Lord. Swarup Damodar Goswami, Jagadananda Pandit, Gadadhar Pandit, Ramai, Nandai, Shankara Pandit are some of the devotees who ran after Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Paramananda Puri and Brahmananda Bharati also went towards the beach, and Bhagavan Acharya, who was lame, followed them very slowly. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was running with the speed of the wind, but he suddenly became stunned in ecstasy and lost all strength to proceed further. See, this is like unimaginable. We can't even imagine with high speed he go and suddenly he became stunned in ecstasy. This is all in ecstasy, okay? Bhava stage. We can't copy or imitate. The flesh at each of the pores erupted like pimples, and his bodily hair standing on end appeared like kadamba flowers. See, this is another Ashtasatvika Vihar. The whole body, the hairs were standing on hand. Pulakair nichitai vakum kata tavanama ghane bhavishyati. When will my hair stand on end when I hear Krishna Nama or Krishna Katha? Blood and perspiration flowed insistently from every pore of the body. Just imagine. Hairs are standing on end and the blood is coming. And he could not speak a word, but simply producing a gargling sound with his throat, because it was choking. The Lord's eyes filled and overflowed with unlimited tears. This is another symptom. It is said when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to dance in front of Jagannath in the Radha, Jagannath's Radha comes, the tears were so heavy or so much, like 5 streams of tears. It will go and touch Jagannath's feet in the Radha. So much in ecstasy, he used to cry. Like the Ganges and Yamuna meeting in the sea. The entire body faded the color. This is what I said. So these are some of the ecstatic symptoms we can see here. That body's hair was standing on end. Ashtasatvika Vihar. Somebody is in bhava or prema stage. Hair standing on end. There was blood and perspiration coming out from that pores, and the throat was choky, and the eyes were filled with tears and overflowed with unlimited tears. Entire body's color faded to the color of a white conch shell, and he began to quiver like the waves in the ocean. While quivering in this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu fell down on the ground. Again, unconscious also can happen. Thus Govinda approached him. Govinda sprinkled water from Karanga water pot all over the Lord's body, and then taking his own outer garment, he began to fan Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When Sarup Damodar and other devotees reached the spot and saw the condition of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they began to cry. So similar symptoms were seen in Srivas Pandit. When Srivas was passing through one way, there was a Bhagavat Acharya. He was speaking Bhagavat, so about Kṛṣṇa. So that person was not a real nice devotee. He was just a Bhagavat speaker, and he didn't know much about the Bhava stage. So when they were talking about Kṛṣṇa, Srivas Pandit heard it and he fell down unconscious. Srivas only, no? The other part, Srivas. So he fell down unconscious there. And the Bhagavat Saptaha Acharya didn't like it. He thought, oh, he's just acting. Srivas is just acting. Srivas is who? Put in the chat, who was Srivas? Whose incarnation is he? So after hearing the Bhagavat, he got unconscious, and the Bhagavat Saptaha Acharya told the disciples to take Srivas and put him outside. Just imagine. So yeah, Narad Muni, right? Good. So Narad Muni hearing Narad Muni Bajai Veena Radhika Ramana Bhaje. So he is in ecstasy. He's a pure devotee. Then when Srivas got up, he felt so bad because they throw him out of the Bhagavat Saptaha area, because the Acharya didn't know. And later on, when Mahaprabhu came that way, he chastised that Bhagavat Acharya. What Bhagavatam he is reciting? He's not even a devotee. He can't even understand the ecstatic symptom of a pure devotee like Srivas. He did aparadh to Srivas. He has to ask for forgiveness. Then I will bless him. So the Acharya went and asked forgiveness from Srivas, and finally he became a nice devotee. And Mahaprabhu said, now you start reading Bhagavatam. You should understand. Prati akshara prati sloke nana arthakaye. Every word, every sentence in Bhagavatam has millions of meanings. Govinda's, yeah. When Sarup Damodar and other devotees reached the spot, they saw the condition of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and began to cry. All 8 kinds of transcendental transformations were visible in the Lord's body. That's the Ashta Satvika Vihara I was saying. All the 8 kinds of transformation was there. All the devotees were struck with wonder to see such a sight. Devotees loudly chanted the Hare Krishna Mahamantra near Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and washed his body with cold water. Because when they chant, this is what little Nimai used to do. Little Nimai used to cry, and then when all of them chant, again he'll smile. So here he became unconscious. Only way to wake him up is chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. After the devotees has been chanting for a long time, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu suddenly stood up and shouted, Hari Bol. It seems he'll be unconscious not for a few minutes or seconds, for many hours he'll be unconscious. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stood up and all the Vaishnavas chanted, Hari, Hari, great jubilation. The auspicious sound filled the air in all directions. Astonished, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stood up and began looking here and there, trying to see something, but could not catch sign of it. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw all the Vaishnavas, he returned to partial external consciousness and spoke to Sarup Damodar. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, who has brought me here from Govardhan Hill? I was in Govardhan, no? I was seeing Lord Krishna's fasting, but now I cannot see them. So he was into ecstasy that he's not thinking anything. Stavara Jangama deke na deke taramurti, sarvatara deke nija ishta deva spurti. A pure devotee doesn't see moving, non-moving and all. He sees Krishna everywhere. So he saw Govardhan Hill and he was seeing Krishna's fasting. And the same thing happened, no? When in Mayapur, when Prabhupada told the disciples, see, you can see Gaurnita is dancing. And once when Radhayatra was happening, he said, see, Narad Muni came. How can Prabhupada see? He's a pure devotee, no? That's right. So he can see, and he can see all the pastimes happening, right? And he's like, now I cannot see them. Today I went here to Govardhan Hill to find out if Krishna was tending his cows there. Who's talking? Radharani. Now, when you think about these ecstatic symptoms, think in Radharani's point of view. How can Krishna want to see Krishna? No, Krishna, this is Radharani speaking, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Radha Bhav. Shri Radha Bhav hoye Gora Avatar. Okay, Hare Krishna Mahamantra Karila Prachar. So, how did he come? Shri Radha Bhav hoye Gora Avatar. He came as Gaura, golden avatar, but Radharani's Bhav. So, this is all about Radharani. Radharani went to Govardhan Hill to find if Krishna was tending his cows there. And I saw Lord Krishna climbing Govardhan Hill and playing his flute, surrounded on all sides by grazing cows. You'll see that sloka. Ihanhaite ajimui geno Govardhane देखो यदि कृष्णा करेना गोदाना चरणे. गोवर्धने चढ़ी कृष्णा बजैला वेणु. Govardhana Chaudi ke chare sabadeno. Krishna can climb Govardhan hill because he is the Supreme Lord himself, but we can't climb Govardhan hill. That's offense. Mahāprabhu didn't climb Govardhan hill. He's coming as a devotee and showing us by example. Hearing the vibration of Krishna's flute, Srimati Radharani and all her gopi friends came there to meet him. They were very nicely dressed. You've seen some pictures. Radharani and Krishna is there, and Mahāprabhu will be from behind watching the pastime. So Mahāprabhu is Radha Krishna only, but he is able to see the pastime from the Radharani's point of view. Krishna is seeing. Little complicated, but then this is what he heard. Venuna Dashuni Aila Radha Thakurani Sapa Sakhi Gana Sange Kariya Sajani. So Venu Shabda, he heard that she heard that vibration of the flute. When Krishna and Srimati Radharani entered a cave together, the other gopis asked me to pick some flowers. Radhalana Krishna Praveshila Kandarate Sakhi Gane Gana Kahe More Ula Utteite. Just then all of you made a tumultuous sound and carried me from there to this place. He's like, why did you stop my pastime? I was seeing that beautiful pastime of Radha Krishna, and then one big sound came, and now you're waking me up. I was in Govardhan. Why did I come here? Because he was in that consciousness. Litumi sapa kolahala kaila tahan heite dhari more ihalana aila kolahala. Big sound you made, so I was not able to be there. I came here. Why have you brought me here, causing me unnecessary pain? I had a chance to see Krishna's pastime. I could not see them. He had a chance. He's like, I could not. Like when Chaitanya Mahāprabhu was dancing in ecstasy in Srivas Angan's house every evening, Srivas' house. One day he could not feel the ecstasy. Why? Does anyone know? Why Chaitanya Mahāprabhu? Every day he used to get ecstasy, but dancing there. But one day he could not feel that ecstasy. Anyone remembers why?
Because of his son would have been.
No, but that didn't disturb Mahāprabhu. Yes, son died, but then it didn't disturb Mahāprabhu. There's something else happened.
Somebody was hiding in a basket, a non-devotee. Some non-devotee was hiding in a basket.
Yeah, that was Sriva's mother-in-law. Sriva's mother-in-law was thinking, what are these boys doing? Now she is a non-devotee, and she's thinking, that is Nimai. She don't know it's Chaitanya Mahāprabhu. Nimai, Nitai, Srivas, who's that Advaita Acharya, who else come? Everyone used to come, close the door, close the windows, and then inside, what are they doing? Party, so much, full night. No, but they are having kirtan, sankirtan. And why they are closing the doors? Because non-devotees can't understand. And Mahāprabhu used to dance in ecstasy. Only close devotees knew. So, Sriva's mother-in-law, she's a non-devotee. She was thinking, what is happening? I want to see. Why they have to close the door and everything? You know, sometimes when kids do that, the parents go and check. So she started hiding in a basket, and then nobody knew she was hiding. Then they started dancing. But Mahāprabhu was like, Srivas, I'm not getting that ecstasy. Before I used to dance in ecstasy, something is wrong. Somebody else is here. Something is wrong. He knows he is Krishna. He is as Paramatma in that mother-in-law's heart also. Krishna knows everything. Just for the pastime. It's like, Srivas, I'm not. Srivas went and checked everything. She was like, nothing, my lord, nothing. Then again, you check once more. And then finally he saw in the basket his mother-in-law was hiding. So he's like, please go out because you can't disturb Mahāprabhu's pastime. When his own son died, he didn't disturb Mahāprabhu's pastime. Right? So this is what happened here. Many came and made a lot of sound that Mahāprabhu's Lila got disturbed. So he's like, I had a chance to see, Radharani speaking. I had a chance to see Krishna's pastime, but I could not see. This is Krishna through the eyes of Radharani, through the heart of Radharani, seeing the pastime. Saying this, Sri Chaitanya Mahāprabhu began to weep. He started crying in separation. And all the Vaishnavas saw the Lord's condition, they also wept at that time. So this is what crying for Krishna. Paramananda Puri and Brahmananda Bharati arrived. Seeing them, Sri Chaitanya Mahāprabhu became somewhat respectful. Sri Chaitanya Mahāprabhu returned to complete external consciousness and immediately offered prayers to them. Then these two elderly gentlemen both embraced the Lord with loving affection. Sri Chaitanya Mahāprabhu said to Puri Goswami and Brahmananda Bharati, why have the two of you come so far? When he heard this, Sri Chaitanya Mahāprabhu felt somewhat ashamed. Then he went to bathe in the sea with all the Vaishnavas. After bathing in the sea, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu returned to his residence with all the devotees. Then they all lunched on the remnants of food offered to Lord Jagannath. Thus, I have described the transcendental ecstatic emotion of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Even Lord Brahma cannot describe the influence. Brahma could not explain. In this book, Gauranga Stava Kalpavriksha, Raghunath Das Goswami has very vividly described Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastime of running towards the Chataka Parvata, sand dune. Near Jagannath Puri is a great sand dune known as Chataka Parvata. Seeing that hill, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "Oh, I shall go to the land of Braja to seek Govardhan hill." Then he began running madly towards it, and all the Vaishnavas ran after him. This scene awakens in my heart and madness in me. So Mahaprabhu took, like when Prabhupada is like that, Prabhupada sees something and immediately remembers Krishna. Who can properly describe all the uncommon pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? They are simply his play. These are all his pastimes. Play means pastimes. I have briefly described them just to give an indication of his transcendental pastime. Nevertheless, anyone who hears this will certainly attain the shelter of Lord Krishna's lotus feet. This is Shruti Phala. Praying at the lotus feet of Sri Rupa and Sri Raghunatha, always desiring their mercy, I Kṛṣṇa Das and narrate Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita following in their footsteps. So tomorrow we'll see transcendental madness of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So tomorrow is this thing, Guru Maharaj Vyas Puja, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj Vyas Puja. If you wish to take aspire or shelter or initiation from Maharaj, please fast till afternoon tomorrow. Some places it's Ekadashi tomorrow, so that you continue Ekadashi, don't break it. Till afternoon you fast for Maharaj. And then others, Sunday is Ekadashi, so you break it at 12 o'clock with grains, and Sunday you take Ekadashi. And Monday, be careful of the breaking time. I saw it is like 6:25 to 6:27 a.m. 2 minutes breaking time. So that's like, how we used to do. We take the grain, some poha or something, puffed rice or something, and we wait till like 6:25, just put it on the mouth. Then it's like broken. Because once the time cross, no, Ekadashi is wasted, no, Mataji?
Yes.
Yeah, so what is the use of taking it? So we just take the grain and see the time. And watch will show different time, clock will show some different time, mobile will show different time. So
But mobile is the correct time, Mataji, now.
Yeah, mostly it will be correct time. Huh? So just see that. Just 2 minutes. Some Ekadashi, one Ekadashi is coming like that. Just 2 minutes breaking time. So just take care of that. Yeah. And evening there will be offering of like Pushparchana, and in the temple there will be some offerings that to Maharaj. Okay. You get lot of mercy on the Vyas Puja day. If you do fasting for that for Maharaj, then that Vaishnava will bless you, so that you can advance in Krishna consciousness. Not everyone knows this, and Prabhupada mentions it. Prabhupada's like, you have to follow all these, so that it's an easy way to advance in Krishna consciousness. Okay, because more than worshipping Krishna, Krishna likes when his devotees get worshipped. So in that way, you can all do it. Okay. Yes, we'll ask Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Is there any chance that Guru Maharaj comes online tomorrow?
Online, no, so much big function is happening in Mayapur, so he won't be coming. Yeah, so much.
74th, no, Mataji.
74th, yeah, Vyas Puja. Many people, many devotees from all over the world is going to Mayapur. It's so crowded in Mayapur tomorrow, so I don't think Maharaj will get time. He might give a public lecture, like a class or something on the Vyas Puja day, because so much celebrations happening there. Anyway, he's coming in person in July.
It will be live also, no, Mataji. YouTube, we can see. I think.
That you can see.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
July is coming, no, to Kolai in Mangalore. He's coming in person. Yeah, he's coming.
Oh,
so,
I'm not going to miss this time. Long time back, Mataji had come. I got a call from temple, Manjula Mataji, and as well as Sridhar Prabhu also had called, but I couldn't go. I don't know what was the
July you can come.
Yes.
July.
Sure. Hare Krishna.
Blessings of Maharaj. Yes, we'll ask Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji. So online, or we can offer some flowers on behalf of us. You can do something.
Yeah. Yeah, online also. I'll check with Prabhu. Definitely online also. That's why we have this online link and all. Definitely.
If something there, then just let me know. So
Yes, yes.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji.
Krishna Mataji.
You see, tomorrow, I mean, all of us have to glorify him, isn't it? So, any few minutes given to us to glorify him?
Yeah, last time we did that. It should be
Yes.
there.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Aishi, about prasadam, yeah. So they never throw prasadam. Definitely, if it is more, it will be distributed to some poor family so that they can take. No, there is food for life in ISKCON. Like they make so much khichdi they make, and then it is given to the devotees. And some of it is taken to the remote villages so that the children there can be given. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's a question,
Yes,
Aishi.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Yes,